Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick, and that special guest Eugene is back with another fine episode of the Mix It Up podcast. I just want to shout out before we start, guys. Nick, it was your birthday last week, man. Happy birthday
Thanks
to you. You know, close to a Halloween, baby. Also, happy birthday to your girlfriend Anne Marie.
Thanks.
I seen on Instagram there was a picture you guys dressed up as some psycho shit. Like, of course. I couldn't even tell it was you, but like what was it? It was like Halloween and shit, like from the movie Halloween.
Well,
Is that what it is?
there was a TV show that they came out with, like a small little mini series called Fear Street. It was based off of R.L. Stein's books. And she was a camper that like got killed, and I was one of the psychopaths with a fucking duffel bag over my head or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was a monkey this Halloween again. I had to recycle a monkey outfit from like 12 years ago, just because I found the mask in my closet. I'm like, I need something.
Good. What were you, Eugene?
No Halloween in DR, Nick.
A Christmas
Sorry.
light?
A skeleton.
Christmas lights. Yeah.
Christmas 24/7, baby.
His name was Bones McGee.
Big bone McGee.
What'd you guys do for the for Halloween? Do anything fun?
I went to City Island against Eugene's wishes. I went to City Island.
And you survived.
I survived. I came out alive.
Holy shit, man.
Everybody's all right.
Yeah, everybody made it out alive. Thank God.
It's a fucking war zone out there, I heard. Everybody's dressed up, acting all scary.
Yeah, it was cool though in City Island. They had a parade going by, and there was like hundreds of people, and then they got caught in the rain. But there's like kids dressed up as Michael Myers and shit, and fucking Freddy Krueger. It was pretty cool. Nice to see the kids out there fucking enjoying themselves again. I guess last year they got screwed over, right? They like Halloween got canceled.
Yeah, so I guess they had to make up for it. I didn't get a lot of trick-or-treaters on the actual day. Like, not a lot of people came like knocking on the door. I guess like people are still scared with like COVID and all that fucking shit.
Well, that's because they know. They're like, don't go there. That creepy guy lives there. Michael Myers. No, Michael Trainer.
Actually, after a while, I just shut the fucking lights off. I'm like, they're not getting this fucking creep to give them fucking candy.
Right.
Football is on, man. Can't fucking miss that day.
That's true. Yeah, it's a fucked up day to have Halloween.
But the day before, I went to like a little party for a little while, and I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like I know the girl I went with to the party, obviously, but when I got there, I didn't know any of her like her friends or whatever. So some drama shit happened where one of the girls is actually her apartment. She was crying, and something about like her boyfriend, whatever, I had to like dissed her like by not showing up to the party or couldn't make it, some bullshit like that. But I didn't know him when she was crying, and like I get weird, like I don't know how to react like when somebody's crying in front of me. Like I just like I don't know what to do. Like feel weird. Like it makes me feel awkward. And then when I feel awkward, I'm gonna do awkward shit. So like basically it's like she came in the other room like crying, and I'm like, I didn't know what to do. Like I'm just like I'm fucking in the fucking little den area, like trying to get the TV on to watch the Knick game. And then I'm like, hey, do you know where the remote is? And she's like, the fucking remote. My boyfriend probably fucking knows where it is. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm in a monkey fucking mask. Like that guy, you can see my fucking reaction. And then she fucking walked in like the other room, and all the girls are talking again. And then like one of the guys came in, he's like, yo, the remote's right there, bro. I'm like, all right, cool. like I don't know. I felt like I didn't know that well, first off. And it's not like we're crying together. Like we're not crying about some event, like, you know what I mean? Not crying over fucking Marley and me.
Are you crying?
So it's like I feel like awkward, just like, hey, are you okay? You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess that would have been the appropriate response. But do you guys feel awkward at people crying?
Just because she's upset, Trader, that means that you're not allowed to be all right.
Yeah, I was fine. I was like, yo, I mean, and actually I wasn't. I was like, I want to get this fucking Knick game on, Saturday. I'm like, I want to know what the fucking score is. But I'm in the wrong. I'm the bad guy.
You're always the bad guy.
I don't know. Do you feel uncomfortable, or like, can you handle that situation?
I get angry. my natural instinct, and it must be like a protective. I don't know if it's protecting me or it's a way, like a subconscious way of getting the person out of the crying. But there's a lot of instances where somebody starts crying, I get a little pissed.
What do you be like? Who did this to you? Is that
No,
how
I'm
you
just
react?
like, no, I'm like, yo, it was like, all right, fucking stop. You know, like I think it's my way to try to get them out of it as quick as possible by, you know what I mean? Instead of
Out of
like,
the funk.
yeah, I'm not big into like absorb, like I'll take it, you know what I mean? If it's like something, you know what I mean, I'll give you a hug and stuff like that, and I'm there for people. But I really think that it might be an uncomfortable feeling for myself as well. So it's the same thing when like somebody, if I see two people fighting, I have to one up them. Like if it's my friends, and I flip out even fucking harder than them, and they're done now. Now it's on me now. I like steal it from them because I don't like to see people arguing and stuff like that. And I
Yeah,
think
I've
it's the
noticed
same
that.
thing with crying. Yeah.
I've noticed that a few times. Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with crying. I don't like seeing people like that. So I kind of like either hurt their feelings by yelling at them. Something like that. Yeah.
Eugene, what about you, man? How do you feel like when people cry? You like, are you the type of person like, y'all just get over it, shut the fuck up, or you like you start crying with them?
He feeds them grapes.
Pretty much become the psychiatrist, and then we go into it. You know, we find out what happened. You know, I'm nearly married now, so I'm getting a good psychology degree over here, figuring out what the hell is going on with this. Yeah. So basically, the psychiatrist comes out and we all have a little session.
I can see that in you. Like that'll be a good job for you, being like a psychiatrist. 'Cause I can see you
Oh
be
yeah.
like, hey, yeah, tell me more. Yeah, what's going on? You know, I can see that. I would never see you, of course, because that's just fucking crazy. Because they always say like your
No.
psychiatrist is more crazier than you.
Of course,
They
they absorb all the stories
Right.
from people.
Yeah, they gotta be
I'm,
nuts.
I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by suffering and what's the root of suffering, and so it works for me. So I kind of feel like you're right, Mike. Maybe when I get back to the States, I'll become a psychologist. See what
That'd be
happens.
good. Yeah.
That's good. Eugene's at parties and he's like, "Oh, are you crying? That's okay." And he's talking to the person and he's like, "What's your address? What's your billing address?" Okay. Yeah, keep going. No, keep going. Trust me.
He pulls out that little billing fucking swipe on his iPhone. He's like, yo, swipe right here. You've been Eugene's.
You've been Eugene.
Yeah, I bet you won't. Eugene will have no qualifications. He'll just do this. He'll start a business doing underground psychiatry. Like, yo, don't fucking see me, man. I'll tell you what it is. Eugene Psychiatry. I'll tell you what it is. That's your slogan right there.
Being in Gnosis is there's a huge psychology. You know, there's a ton of psychology in Gnosis, so it would make sense. It would make sense.
You almost said
Let's do it.
psychotic. I know you almost said psychotic by accident.
Psychotic, the same. Yeah, we have those as well. So we got everybody in Gnosis.
Eugene, what if we put your face on pants and called them Eugenes?
Have you ever heard that one, Eugene?
Nah.
Have
no,
you
it's
ever heard
gonna-
that terrible dad joke just now? Ever?
Eugene's face is on the back of the pants with his mouth open on the butt crack. Like, ah. Eugene's.
Eugene. Naturally fucking ripped.
And then we'll make training bras for Mike. Trainers.
Now I was called like in school, I was called training wheels. It's like Michael training wheels. Ha ha ha. They're like, "Yo, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't use training wheels. I'm fucking like 10.
They push you off the bike.
Eugene's. It's fucking hysterical.
I could just see like a 90s commercial, but like, yo, Eugene's.
With cowboy boots on, throwing a
Right.
football in the backyard.
LL Cool J sold out the Gap, and now he's promoting Eugene's, like the fucking Verizon guy that, like, you know, can you hear me now? Sold them out. LL Cool J's fucking working for Eugene's now.
Yo, throw those FUBUs out, man. We got the Eugene's.
Fall into the Eugene's. Like that doesn't work, LL.
Full
Oh, shit. Well, I guess we should go through our topics, huh?
That would be a good idea.
If you made it this far, ladies and gentlemen, here's our 5 topics of the day. Halloween, which we kind of already spoke about. Michael Jordan costumes, which is gonna fucking flare up some shit. NYC mandates, gonna flare up some shit. Societal conditioning, gonna flare up some shit.
Yep.
And New York's new mayor, gonna flare up some shit.
Flare it up, whatever that means. That's a new slogan.
Flare it up, Ric Flair, motherfucker. Eugene, what's up, baby? Talk to us. What you want to talk about? Know what I'm saying?
Let's go with in order. Let's do what was the first one again? I'm sorry, Nick. I
Penis
wanted to
pump.
do it.
Penis pumps.
Penis. No, that wasn't it.
Michael Jordan costumes.
No, that wasn't the first one.
That was
Halloween.
Halloween.
We talked about Halloween. Why, you got more to talk
Halloween.
about? You like dressing up in costumes?
I used to. I don't do that anymore though. But anyway, no. Let's do Michael Jordan. Let's do Michael Jordan. Trainer, you want to get started with it since you have the story?
Well, it wasn't like really like a story I had. It was just like I seen this like little post like on social media, and it was a little white kid, but he loved Michael Jordan. He's like probably like 9, 10, 11 years old, whatever. He's such a diehard Michael Jordan fan. He actually wanted to be like Mike, like the slogan does, like on TV. He had the Jordan jersey on. He was dressed up for Halloween, obviously, and he wanted blackface, so it was like his whole body was black, like he wanted to be Michael Jordan. So then everybody's going after like, you can't put it in blackface, blah blah blah, it's insensitive, it's racist. I'm like, I took it the other way. I'm like, the kid, because I know how it is, like being in sports and having an idol and shit when you're growing up. Like I love Don Mattingly growing up. Like it was like Don Mattingly this, Don Mattingly that, had like posters, all that shit. It's like I try to grow my hair to like a mullet when Don Mattingly had hair coming out the back of it and they made him cut it, So like I was a diehard. So I feel for this kid. I understand how it is. So he's like, white kid. He just want to be Michael Jordan. He want to dress up like that way. So, and then, I just took the other approach to saying like, that's his thing. It's not racist.
Right.
He just loves it, dude. Like that's his idol. Like cut him some slack. But everybody took it the offensive route, especially like, when I'm talking about Black Twitter, because I put that response and then all Black Twitter just came after me for that, which is crazy. Like, why are you looking at the negative instead of the positive?
Right. The kid, he's not old enough. He's not a racist, or he's not a racist yet, and he's still innocent. and he just wanted, listen, what's the difference if he put on, what if he had a Michael Jordan mask? And the mask, obviously Michael Jordan's black, so he's gonna have a black face then, right? So I mean, the kid wanted to look like Michael Jordan. So what's the problem? Like, why is everybody all upset? Unless they have a problem with color, their race, their color, whatever.
It's a good point.
Because people paint their faces white when they're clowns or whatever, right? What's the difference?
Dave Chappelle did it. He dressed up in whiteface for the TV show. It was hilarious. It was funny. It was a joke. But I see your point with the mask. Like it made me remember like one year I was Dennis Rodman. Remember I had Dennis Rodman mask? I was walking around as Dennis Rodman. Like, and Dennis Rodman, for people that don't know, he played basketball. He's a big rebounder for the Chicago Bulls, and he happened to be black. So the mask is black, like Eugene has said. So like, I don't know, like, and then what if do I lift the mask up and just because I'm white, like people are gonna be like, oh my God, he must be racist? Like that's insane to think. Like, why would you think it was automatic hate? So that was my whole thing. I felt bad for the kid.
The thing is that I'm not transitioning here with the social conditioning thing, but people have been conditioned to react to certain ways, and blackface in quotations here is something totally different than painting yourself black for a Halloween costume. Blackface was something that was derogatory. It doesn't exist anymore. Like when you dress up as a fucking Halloween costume, that's not you doing blackface and walking around making fun of a black person. The kid dressed up to try to match Michael Jordan. And if you can't see that as a human being, then you've been socially conditioned to do exactly what they want you to do, to strike out against that. It's not it's not a bad thing what the kid did. He's dressing up as a fucking Halloween costume. Like, why is there like certain things you can do and certain things you can't do? Like, why would that bother you? I understand if he was dressed up like dark blackface with big fucking lips, red lips, like that's how it used to be in fucking I don't know, the 20s, whenever the fuck they were doing it. That was racist. They didn't have black people in movies. So they dressed people up in a stereotypical black way. And that was fucked up. It's not allowed anymore.
Oh,
But
imagine, imagine
yeah.
people were doing that like these days. Of course, people are not going around painting their face black and being all fucking racist. Like those days are done. Like people get shot. If you did that, like as a, like not a Halloween, you just did that to be racist, like you get shot. Like, what are you, nuts?
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
And why would you do that? That sounds just insane to do. Like you got to be mentally off to just even want to do that kind of shit.
Right. And it's tough. It really bothers me because people react so fucking crazily and they're not able to actually take a step back and think, man. It's in all areas of life nowadays. It's like they cannot take a step back and even see another side of the story if they've already been conditioned to reacting that way, you know, with a quick response, hateful response to a little kid, man. What was he, 8-10 years old? Like, is that really bothering you, or is it what you think should be bothering you and you're going to put it up and post that it's bothering you because you know that people are going to react to it and you're going to have a nice night or a couple nights of back and forth banter. Yeah. And then you're going to go back to your old fucking shitty, boring fucking life where you want to kill yourself every fucking day. You fucking losers. I'm sorry. I knew that was going to come out of me, but it's the fucking truth, guys.
Well, I had a bad response. I had a bad response and I showed you that. I'm not going to say it on here.
Right.
But it was a fucking bad response where it made me want to be like, I might want to go travel and find this person and, you know, be like, hey, you know, remember this? And I'll pull out the tweet. I'll show it to this person. I'll be like, is that you? And then whatever happens after that, like, man, just to bring that terror to that person's face. If I showed up with that piece of paper, like, yo, is this you? Well, this is me. Now, like, imagine them. I would just love to see that person just automatically shit their pants right there on the spot. Then I just walk away. I'm like, you know what? I won. You know what I mean? And that's episode 1 of Troll Hunters coming soon.
And you know what's really disturbing? The fact that, like, Mike showed me that tweet and it got me fucking heated, and I was caught in a trap, which I'm sure he was caught in a way bigger trap than I was, but I was furious and I hate feeling that fucking way. So I tried, like, because you keep going with your thoughts and now you're like, now I'm a killer in my head because that's what it gets you to. And it leaves you with an unsettled feeling. And then you have to say to yourself, I just want to go back to fucking normal, man. I want to be peaceful because that's personally what I want to do. I'm sure you guys want to be fucking peaceful. You don't want to get stirred up because then you're living in a life of insanity and it's and I'm in it right now just thinking about it. I'm getting a little fucking heated, but like, I just feel bad for these fucking people because they put themselves in that position and they don't know anything else, man. And like, I used to be similar to them. I would never do what that person did to anybody, but I used to like get into the negative stuff and like, you think it's normal, but it's not, you know, it's not a normal feeling. You don't have to live in that way of stirring things up and being pissed off and negative to people. Like,
100%.
And people don't know that. Which is unfortunate.
Right. They don't know that way of life. That's wild to even think about, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, maybe I'll share the response, not from the person. I'll share the response of what they said to me at the after pod. Maybe I'll think about it. So stay tuned to the after pod. You might get what this person said to me that pretty much drove me to hit that switch to possibly become OJ Simpson in whiteface.
Nordberg. It's me, Frank. Now, who did this to you?
I love you.
I love you too, Nordberg. Who were they?
Ship. A boat.
That's right, Nordberg, a boat. Now, when you're better, we'll go sailing together on a boat. We'll take a cruise just like last year.
Right. And that person was probably sitting there fucking like laughing in their devious fucking way. Like, and that's the bullying aspect. Like, people should be held accountable. We always say that, like, and I'm going to use like a certain example. If you fucking, it's okay to attack a certain person because they're not like any sort of fucking minority at all. And I'm going to go fucking say this right now. It's okay to do that. You could strike somebody so deeply. This kid got struck the deepest you could strike anybody without fucking going into details. The person who did this deserves to fucking die. Okay. That's how fucked up it was. But if you go ahead and say, I don't like trannies, you're off the fucking internet. And I don't care. You could be whatever you want. Trust me. But I'm just using that as an example, how quick and easily you could get thrown off, canceled from the fucking world, lose your job. Right. The person who did what they did in this fucking example should be put in fucking prison. They should be fucking killed, honestly. It's the same thing. You should be killed for that. It's just think about the worst thing that somebody could say to you.
Right.
Dead. They should be fucking dead for it. And they're going to get away with nothing. Mike could have probably fucking reported them to Twitter and Twitter would have done nothing about it.
Right. I haven't done that yet. Maybe I should just attest to see if they would do something about it. But you're right, man. 100%. Like it switched something in my brain where like, if that person lived in my neighborhood, and trust me, I take pride into being like a good person and kind to people, not to ever be a dick to people. But I tell you, it flipped a switch in my head where I'm like, if this person lived in my neighborhood, like their house would be burned to the ground by now with her in it, you know what I'm saying? Or him or her, or whoever said that bad thing, they'd be in it, tied up in a Brooklyn basement. Biggie Smalls reference.
Fuck.
But yeah, I get it, man. It gets you like stirred up, but then at the same time, like I try to be zen, man. I don't want to get to that place, like you said, either. I don't want to get there, but people can bring that out of you, man, which is, man, it's scary. It's fucking scary that could do that to you.
Fucking, the Creed song, What If?
Mm-hmm.
The chorus of it goes, what if I did, what if you did, what if I lied, what if I avenged, what if eye for an eye? Right? That line, I was listening to it today. I was listening to it last night. When you told me that, actually, I fucking put it on. I was like, what if I avenged, what if eye for an eye? Right? Imagine the wrath that you could bring down on people, because a lot of people are fucking pussies. And I personally don't think that a lot of people have the rage inside of them that I fucking have sometimes. I don't know. I could be fucking wrong, but I feel like if I didn't have a conscience, whatever the fuck the word is, like I would destroy everybody, but I don't, but I'd rather be at fucking peace. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like in my mind, Mike, I actually wanted to message that girl or guy, whatever it was, and say, like, I really wish you would apologize to my fucking friend, And that would be something difficult because there would be because they could easily come at me,
right.
Like fuck him. And then it would be on. So it's like, you got to put yourself out there and say like, that was really fucked up. Because then they'll be like, well, blah, blah, blah. They're just going to give their bullshit fucking case. Yeah. So it's almost like you're better off moving on. Actually, I don't want to say pray, but pray for the fucking person, because they're a fucked up human being, man.
Nick, it's just not that. You want to hear some other shit? There was at least 3 people that liked that post. So I get them on too. Like, so they got a chamber for each one of those people too. So, I mean, listen, I think me and Nick need help right now. So psychiatrist Eugene, please tell us what we need.
Come on, Bob, get up.
This is about racism. It's about race. It's very superficial on their part, because even Morgan Freeman came out with a quote, and he said something, I'm paraphrasing, stop calling me a black man and I'll stop calling you a white man, and we'll see racism disappear. Like pretty much telling the reporter, like, you're the one that's bringing up race, you're the one that's causing this racism right now by talking about my color, my skin color. So I mean, I think that's the biggest issue. And to go with what Nick was just saying with the social conditioning, we've been conditioned. We've been highly conditioned in the society to hate one another for a lot of things, for anything you could think of now. I mean, we're so divided as people. And you know, those I don't agree with, obviously, with what that whoever that was, what they wrote to you, and all those people that are giving a thumbs up. We're just so embedded with ego, with hatred, with anger, and the anger and the hatred, it stems from within. It's inside of them, that what you're feeling, that wanting to take revenge, you know, that seeking vengeance is a problem inside of you. And it you know, you going and getting revenge, you going and it's not going to help. It's only going to feed that revenge more so. You may feel satisfied. There's an ego that will feel satisfied inside of you. That's not really who you are. Like what you were just saying, what Nick was just saying, is you just want to be chill. You want to be peaceful, but it ain't easy, because we have our own egos, and we have other people's egos constantly throughout the day. If you're really paying attention, you can see this. Other people's egos constantly attacking us, and our own egos attacking us throughout our day. How many times does our mind put us in a negative state, you know, a negative emotion, just a thought? That's all it takes, is one thought to ruin our entire day, right?
Yeah.
So basically it's about learning temperance, learning how to feel compassion, even for those people. Like I said, I don't agree with that woman. If I start thinking about it and start allowing my thoughts to go in that with that emotion of revenge, and I'm going to fall into that anger. But I prefer not to. It's just not, it doesn't serve me. You know, it's a waste of my energy. And so, like, those people, I feel bad for them, because they're all caught up in their race, and they're all caught up in black and white, and that's not what this is about. It's not what this world is about anymore. And we're transitioning now. You know, we're transitioning from that, and society is starting to crumble. Everything about society is starting to crumble. And this is the most superficial layer that we need to get through as a society, as a people, before we get to our real issues, our real problems. So I mean, it's going to take a lot of time, and there's a lot of pain involved, and a lot of suffering. But that's the way I feel, is that this is really, it's nothing. It's just people that are reacting to something that they grew up thinking that they believe is to be the truth, which, you know, it's just a belief. And from that they think that they're allowed to react, and they're allowed to go and hurt people the way that they feel inside, the way that they're feeling inside. So that's what I think.
Excellent point. Doc, how much we owe you? How much we owe you for this session?
Bills in the mail.
Oh shit.
I'll Venmo you, Doc. I'll pay you in Bitcoin on the underground. Oh man. So what's the next topic? Should we take a quick break before we get into the next topic, or?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. So listen, we'll be back with the Mix It Up podcast in a minute. But first, before we go to break, I just want to let the fans know, man, yeah, we got another place that just popped up as one of our listeners in our location. I'll give you guys each a guess. Nick, where do you think it came from?
Uganda.
Eugene, where do you think it came from? My basement. Well, I'll tell you. Well,
China.
It came, dude, you're not gonna believe this. It came from Turks and Caicos Islands. That's where it's at.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Nice.
So shout out to whoever's listening.
My neighbors.
There, man. Like, hopefully it's just not something like not somebody on vacation or whatever. But man, thanks for listening, man. But listen, we'll be right back on the Mix It Up Pod. All right, we are back with the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick. That's Eugene. Nick, what other topics do we have to discuss, man?
Well, I just actually got a text message from Jules from the Big Blue Offensive Podcast, and he said he was on vacation in Turks and Caicos. So is him.
That guy is everywhere. Thanks for the shout out, the Big Blue Offensive Podcast. You can check.
He's at the real.
Yeah.
He's at the real Turks and Caicos.
The real Turks and Caicos. Oh man, Jules is funny, man. But yeah, thanks for the shout out. Big Blue Offensive. If you want to hear more of me talking giant football and all NFL and sports betting picks for the picks of the week, slide on over. Take that listen. Like and subscribe. Smash that button.
Smash it. All right. So our next two topics, it seems we're just going to be hanging out in New York City for a while. It says my internet connection is unstable.
You're good.
Okay. We're going to be hanging out in New York City virtually right now for a while because it doesn't seem like any of us will be stepping foot into New York City anytime soon. So the New York City mandates have become in effect today, I believe, or Monday, whatever day it was. Actually, today's Tuesday, yeah, Monday. So firefighters, I guess nurses, policemen, goodbye to them, right? You don't want the vaccine, you're toast. You're going on unpaid leave, I guess it is. I don't know all the details, but somebody put up a great meme today on Instagram, and it was a firefighter climbing a ladder going to rescue people in a burning building. And the caption was, I bet your first question isn't, are you vaccinated? As they're climbing the ladder and saving your life. So
Right, it's a good
if
one.
you've been socially conditioned to blame these people for putting your life in danger, nurses, policemen, firefighters, then you should just calmly take a step back, think about what you're saying, think about if you've ever put your life on the line for anybody ever, or even held the fucking door for somebody walking into the grocery store, because most likely you're a selfish piece of fucking shit if you're ever going to blame somebody that every day of their life is ready to put their life on the line for your stupid fucking ass, right? Worked through the whole pandemic while a lot of people sat on their fucking asses. These people put their fucking lives on the line and they didn't fucking think twice about it. And now you're ready to fucking ridicule them. You go ahead, if you're listening, and sit back and say, holy shit. But you're probably not going to, because you're a fucking asshole and you're already too socially conditioned. And you're probably going to just call me a racist for what I'm saying, which has no bearing on fucking anything. But that's everybody's fucking go-to fucking statement, right? Oh yeah. Oh, you're against the vaccine. You're a fucking racist. Oh, you like polar bears. You're racist. But I'm digressing a little bit. But New York City mandates, people like, I know somebody actually who I was going to maybe try to get on the fucking podcast, which I should have, firefighter in New York City, who's fucking not getting that shit and lost his fucking job now from it temporarily. I'd hope,
Yeah, right.
It's fucked up, man.
You got the other people that they scream at you like, just get the vaccine, just get it. It's no big deal. I'm like, yo, it's no big deal for you. That's okay. But it's not, maybe it's a big deal for somebody else. Maybe they don't want some shit going into their body and risk getting sick. Like I wouldn't want to get, the shot and get sick with a high fever for a couple of days where I'm puking and throwing up. Like there's no need for that. There's people like that in this world. Like you got to leave people like us alone with that bullshit. It's almost like you're bullying us. Like Nick said, it's fucking bullshit. Like stop with that nonsense.
Right.
People lost their jobs now. Like it's terrible. Like, the same people are out there, doing their thing last year. It's crazy. Like I don't understand how people could just accept that. All right, they're threatening people's livelihood if you don't get a vaccine. Like, how are you not terrified of that notion? What's next? Well, maybe they come out with something. Hey, listen, if you don't get this chip in your ear to keep us tracking you, you're gonna lose your job. Like, what's next? Like, you're just gonna accept everything they want to do to you?
Yeah. And the best thing is, like, people will tell you that you're being fucking selfish for that way. But if you can show me mathematically and scientifically that if I don't get it, or if more people don't get it, that the world's going to end, or like, people are really going to get affected by this, then I'd fucking do it. I had the coronavirus. Shouldn't I not have to get the vaccine? Like, shouldn't that be accepted? You know, that'll add to your fucking numbers. But the thing is, I don't know. Did you send something today about the amount of money that they're making, like $36 billion or something like that?
Yes, yes. Pretty crazy,
Pfizer
right?
or whatever, right?
Yeah, it was US based pharmaceutical company, Pfizer,
Yeah.
made a killing. Like they're up $36 billion of vaccine sales. So
Yeah.
just because like they say you're getting a free vaccine, you could just go up, you don't have to pay nothing. You're paying for it. Yeah, all right, whether you believe it or not. Okay.
Right.
That's $36 billion. Like, so these big corporations just got bigger and bigger. Like, just think about it. Take this for instance. If you don't want to believe all like the big companies, whatever, they dictate everything. Remember when YouTube first came out and you could just post anything on there you want? It doesn't matter. Like there was no ads, no nothing like that. Then all of a sudden, once big corporations started getting involved, they see it's a possible moneymaker. They throw money to the people that invented it. Then all of a sudden you start seeing pop-up ads. Now all of a sudden, besides the annoying pop-up ads, then all of a sudden the corporations wanted your information. So they got your information, your algorithms and shit. Now they just kind of throw shit at you where they kind of like reading your mind almost. So it's like the corporations pretty much took that over. So eventually, like if corporations is going to continue throwing money at people, they're going to own them. So they own the politicians, they own these fucking big pharmaceutical companies that have a piece of it, and it's a wrap for everybody else. It's pretty much a dictatorship just behind like the falsified of like big media money and corporations coming at you. That's all it is. They really own you.
Yeah. And I mean, if you can't see that, then the fuck are you looking at? Like if me and Mike and Eugene started a business where we needed to vaccinate 100% of the people to make a gazillion dollars, and we're already up to fucking 3.6 bazillion dollars, and all we need is 30% more of you guys to fucking take our shit to get to a good bazillion dollars. Why would we stop? And if we're paying people to do it, why would they stop? Aren't you just going to keep going? Because who cares? If I don't care, I'm going to get $1 million for fucking promoting the vaccine. Of course I'm going to promote the fucking vaccine, guys.
100%.
Like it's the proof is right there. They're already making $36 billion, and that's only one of them, guys. Yeah, but wow, no, but they're doing good and they're doing it. If the government really cared, they should have these scientists on their payroll. The scientists should make a good amount of money, and then the vaccine should be free, and nobody gets paid.
A company like that shouldn't get paid $36 billion. That money should go to the people that were out of work the whole time because of this goddamn pandemic.
Right.
The people should get that money.
Yeah.
The money shouldn't go to these big companies. They just got richer. That's all it is. They took more money, more power from you.
Yeah.
How do people not see this, man? Shit. They're taking away your rights, your power, like your respect. Relax.
And all the prices are going up. Taxes are going to go up on everything. Fucking price
going up.
Like, where do you think they got to pay the fucking pharmaceutical companies somehow? You're going to pay them. Everybody's like blind to the fact that it costs $50 to fill up your fucking Scion TC for gas, and like $30 to get toilet paper for a month. And do you guys not see that? Or do you just not give a fuck?
Probably they're brainwashed.
I mean, I understand like we had to bail out a lot of people with like the $1,400 stimulus checks and stuff like that. And that's fine. I mean, if that's what had to be done in order to save people's lives, give them some money. I mean, you took away their fucking ability to work, so give them fucking money. Pay. Yeah. You need to take a little bit of extra. You want to raise prices for that to save people and keep them alive and feed their family? Sure. But like, I really foresee a fucking economic crisis soon, man, because how could there not be? We borrowed so many bazillion dollars from like the Federal Reserve or whatever. I don't know all the fucking math and science behind it all, but like, I'd imagine we're fucked up. We're fucked right now, I'd imagine. Because otherwise, why wouldn't we have used that money on something like good? before this happened. Like, you know, what can you do with trillions of dollars? So much, man. You could help out the fucking, I don't know, the school systems.
There's people starving here.
Yeah, helping them. Like, come on, man.
can't
Feeding
eat.
Westchester, dude, in Westchester, it costs like 50 cents to feed like a family for a night
Right.
because
right.
they have ways of doing it. You know, like they get food from restaurants or something like that and donated food. $17,000 could probably feed all of Westchester for a fucking year at that fucking rate. And these motherfuckers got $1 gazillion. Like, come on, man.
Pfizer
Starvation, man.
they get 36 billion, but these motherfuckers can't eat. Like, get
Right.
the fuck out of here. You don't see the wrong in this kind of shit.
Wild, man. Wild. And it's fucking wild, man. Makes you just want to fucking implode one. Like, it's too much to fucking even think about sometimes, man. Because you could fuck up your whole day and it goes into your whole weekend fucked up.
Dude, you want to implode like a fucking goldfish. Before we got on the podcast, me and Eugene were talking about fish.
Yeah.
And we talk about like how goldfish, like, and if it's in like bad water in a small tank, I think the inside organs grow, but their body don't grow. So they just fucking blow up. Like, you know what I mean? They implode.
That's true.
That's how goldfish, like, you know, the goldfish that are not like the 25-cent ones, they got the big goldfish with the bulging eyes.
Yeah.
So that became hereditary. They were just in shitty water for a while. Their eyes like started bulging out. They started to implode, but they kept them and they started breeding them, and that became the new goldfish.
Oh shit.
Crazy.
Is that true? Is that true?
I don't know. It sounds good though.
It does sound
This-
good.
The United States is to get back to the United States. They're getting ready to go into hyperinflation. You guys are already seeing inflation in the United States, and so is the rest of the world because they follow the dollar, or for the most part, a lot of the world follows the dollar. But here as well, we follow the dollar here, and so, you know, next year or maybe 2 years tops, you're going to see hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is like what happened in Venezuela, or what's actually still happening in Venezuela, where you can find old money out on the streets, you know, just being thrown out because it's not worth anything. And ultimately, the plan that's the plan, and the plan is to move to another currency, and with that new currency, which will be, I think, digital, you know, like a new constitution, a new government for the United States, and a new way of living for the rest of the world, I'm going to assume, because like I said, the United States is kind of, you know, in charge of everything. So I think that's where we're going. So like, it doesn't matter if Pfizer gets $65 billion. Pfizer is already in charge of the medicine in this country for the most part. Yeah, there's 3 or 4 of them, but when the time comes, Pfizer will still be there, you know, and the rich people will still be rich, and those who are middle class are going to be poor, and that's a wrap.
Well, thanks, Eugene. Makes me feel good. On that note, I think maybe I'll go kill myself, man.
Basically, they own you.
Yeah.
They own your ass.
I mean, they own the system. They own the system, and there's really not anything that you can do as long as you're staying in within the system. You know, they got you. They got everybody. And so what's to come is sort of people living in the mountains, people living in the jungles, people farming, people being self-sufficient, self-contained, people with being able to take care of themselves. And that's what, you know, almost every week, every time I'm on the show, I speak to you guys about getting out into the countryside, start living in a different way than how it is that most Americans live.
a lot of
No.
people don't like to live like that, Eugene. Like, people
I
like me,
know.
like I love the comfort. Like, I don't want to be like living in the dirt. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like fucking drying my clothes, fucking like,
Yeah.
my bare hands and putting it on a rock. You know what I mean? To do laundry in a lake. Like that ain't me. Like,
Especially the United States, people in the United States, this is the main issue is people love convenience. People love
convenient.
to be
Yeah.
comfortable. And I'm only saying it because I really think that that's going away. It's not going to be around for much longer. But I thought it was going to be, I mean, no problem. No problem. Yeah, keep living how you're living. I loved having dryers and hot water as well,
And iron.
honestly. And irons.
You don't have hot water over there?
But no, we don't. No,
You don't even have a
there's
toilet,
very
Nick.
few people. Maybe in the city, but there's very few people who have hot water inside their house.
Eugene, you
Take
have
cold
to
showers?
Cold showers or I heat water up.
shit in the bucket, right? You don't even have a toilet there.
No, we have indoor plumbing training, but but I'm sure that there are people. I'm sure that there are people, you go further into the woods, further into the jungle, probably, Mike.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Which one of you bastards took a cocky in my bathroom?
Hey, listen,
Mike's gonna come visit you and go shit in the river. Like, Mike, the bathroom's right there.
I went to Eugene's house. Like, Eugene's like, "Where'd you go?" I'm like, "Oh, in your backyard, take a shit." Like, ain't that how we do it here?
He's out there scraping the dirt like a fucking dog burying his shit.
I used one of your shirts to fucking wipe my ass. Now you got to go to the lake and clean it.
Opens up a closet. There's his dishwasher and his fucking dryer, his washing machine.
Things ain't that bad yet, but
You living like the
but things
Flintstones.
But like I said, if I truly didn't believe it, I wouldn't be saying it right now, especially about the United States. But I truly believe that that's really what's coming, and quickly, like in a couple of years,
Wow.
few years from
Then
now.
why do you want to come back here then?
Because it's going to be the same everywhere, and there's no reason why you can't do. There's no reason why I can't do what I'm doing here in the countryside of the United States, in my opinion, somewhere anywhere
that's
in the United
good.
States. Other than here, once you buy a piece of property here, you never have to pay taxes on it. In the United
Makes
States,
sense.
every year you're paying property tax. That's the only thing. But
That's good though. I'm glad, Eugene. Because like if you come back here, then it's like if they do decide to take the comfort away, I'll be like, yeah, I know where we could go fucking like somebody knows how to do this kind of shit, like wash clothes in the woods and fucking eat dirt and fucking start fires in the woods. I'm like, yo, my boy Eugene got this. Like,
Yeah,
we'll go
right.
here, we'll grab him, then we'll go to Nick's fucking house in the fucking woods.
Yep.
Murder that
Yep.
cunt, that troll that we catch, and then take care of business.
Shit.
Nah, my ego won't get there. I'm not gonna hurt nobody.
Yeah, we're peaceful giants.
Right. So Eugene talked us down off the ledge, so we're good. So, use that money to pay Eugene in Bitcoin for psychology. You should get that like a YouTube channel, Eugene, and start like you like psychology, your psychology or psychiatrist shit, and just have people go in and fucking talk to you. You should, man.
I think
Dead ass.
everybody, everyone needs to be their own doctor, their own priest, their own magician, and their own psychiatrist.
Yeah,
And,
but what if I started
and if
mine?
if you get into gnosis, you could do all those things for yourself.
What if I started a
So-
YouTube channel and become a psychologist, and then people had to talk to me about their fucking problems? How fucking great would that be?
You should do it, Mike. But
worried.
you like right now, you look except for like the blue and the white in the background, you just look like a talking head. You should just have everything
Yeah.
black around you and
I-
just
yeah, I-
floating around.
I knew you were gonna say that. Because I looked at myself. I'm like, oh shit, like, like, man, I'm fucking stoned.
Oh
I
shit.
think I left my body somewhere. Yo, body, where are you?
Psychologist with Mike's head.
You got problems, bitch?
So
to
do
the
I.
head.
Next.
Join the club. That'd be $500.
Oh shit.
Man, what's the next topic we got to discuss?
I I don't know. You want to talk about New York got a new mayor?
I don't really know much about him. Like, I guess they got a new mayor. Is that right, Nick?
Yeah, I was told. I was
Today?
told today that the new mayor was born. So I think he's the second black mayor to be in New York City. Is that possible? Was there another black
We had
mayor?
Dinkins. We had Dinkins before.
Okay. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? That's good. And he was an ex-police chief or commissioner or something like that. I was like, all right, so that's good too, because maybe they'll put a police force back together and
He's
clean New York
checking the
City up.
boxes. He's checking
Right.
the boxes. Love
Check
it.
them off. Check them off. You know, equality, fucking police, fucking shit. Maybe bring everybody together.
He's 2 for 2, man. Shit. Love
Next
this
thing
guy.
I know, next thing I know, a person I know who told me the story tells me all the comments and shit below are like, "We are fucked," right? I guess this guy is so corrupt. Like this person, one of the comments was like, even the left, the super left people in my family are like, we are screwed right now because this guy is so corrupt apparently."
Oh.
And you would think he's like right behind de Blasio apparently, like in like police reform and that kind of shit. I don't know, I could be pulling this out of my ass, but that's what I heard. But if so, everybody's on there saying, oh, get out of the boroughs before they all fucking burn down and shit like that. And it's like,
Shit.
I mean, I don't understand why everybody's trying to destroy New York City. And like Mayor Giuliani, like all of a sudden everybody hates that guy because because he grabbed a couple asses. Is that what that guy did as well? And what, because he supported Trump?
Cheat on his
The
wife
guy-
or some shit. I don't know.
The guy cleaned up New York City to the point where it was safe to go in, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so he cheated on his wife. Is that a good thing? No, obviously not. But that has nothing to do with you. You know?
Right.
And all his personal things have nothing to do with you. But how he governs or majorials a fucking city has things to do with you. And he straightened out your city pretty fucking good. And these people that are destroying your city, what do you have to say about them exactly? They're making your lives worse. But what? Because they didn't fucking slap an ass? They're good? Like, get your fucking priorities straight. Like, what the
Yo,
fuck?
Giuliani did clean that fucking shit up, man. He replaced all the hookers with fucking Elmos. Like, you can't get any better than that. Like, to replace a hooker with Elmo, you went from like fucking Shady Street to Sesame Street, like overnight. Like,
Yeah.
you should fucking bow down to that mayor, man. He cleaned that shit up, man.
Yeah. It seems like everybody that like is trying to do good things is deemed like a fucking
Unacceptable.
racist. A racist.
Right.
They try to make them look terrible. It's like these people are trying to fix the fucking state of your life. And like they dig up this shit from like when they were 12 years old and they fucking said something and they're fucking completely canceled. It's like, what do you care about their fucking personal life? Number one. Like I could see if they're like somebody's like a closet KKK fucking like chief or something, whatever the fuck they are, then yeah, that's fucked up. But like if they do a little bit of something stupid, like get over it, man. Like
But Nick, they don't hate Bill Clinton for some reason. And that dude took cigars and he was shoving up fucking Monica's hoo-ha like in the fucking White House.
right.
Like it was crazy. Like, but they still love him.
They still love
Like-
him because he's a Democrat and everybody blindly follows their fucking party. Like
Stupid.
Bill Clinton could come in and probably fucking have sex with you like against your will. And then you'd be like, oh, it's okay. He's Bill Clinton. It's okay. He's a Democrat. It's okay. But
Right.
like a Republican could come walk down the street and like, hi, good morning. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Get
I'm supposed to say good morning to you.
Light him on fire.
Yeah. And I'm not taking any political sides, but it seems
Way it
like, you know,
The way it is.
it's a little bit more that way.
It leans that side of the street. For
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I mean, whatever. Crying whiny bitches. What? Hello? It's
Huh?
on both sides. It's on both sides, crying whiny bitches, but like it just seems like it's on that side more cryy, whiny, bitchy.
Anything with an E at the end.
And then, you know, people say, well, that side's more racisty and prejudicey. And I see that. I'm not stupid. I can admit that that's probably right. But you also have to admit that what I just said about your side, well, it's not none of the sides of my side, trust me, but that side is true as well, because it is true. I mean,
Just be
Based-
realist.
based upon the media, it's true anyway, because they'll show you that side, the bitchy side, and then they'll show you the other side of fucking things. And all right, you can't believe the media and you shouldn't trust the media, because if you could trust the media, the fact that an 8-year-old boy dressed up as Michael Jordan became a phenomena is fucking reason to understand that the media is only there to destroy you and divide everybody, because that's not something that should be part of, that shouldn't be on the news.
Yep.
That was a personal thing. If anybody had the kid's school had a problem with him, go ahead, bring it up to the principal. Let the parents talk about it. Speak your side. Well, you know, my son, you know, is black, and he didn't like it. And I'm going to tell you why. All right, well, my son saw it this way. And then you know what? They see each other's sides. I'd imagine next year the kid won't dress up as Michael Jordan because he'll be like, all right, I understand your side. I don't want to make you feel bad. And the other kid's going to say, I thank you, you know, and then they shake hands. And that's okay. That's okay. If that's all right. And I know you're getting a little pissed right now, Mike,
No,
because
but
everybody should have their own their freedom. But if you are able to sit down with each other and the other side changed your mind in a peaceful way, because he said, you know what, I do see how that could bother you. And you know what, it's not that important to me. But maybe the other kid would say, you know what, I get you now. You didn't mean anything by it. Go ahead, dress up like fucking Michael Jordan. It's both fucking ways. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then they go ahead and have a fucking pizza party on Friday, the little kids together.
Right. They don't know no fucking better, but there was more to it besides that Jordan with the blackface. It was, you know, the Wakanda guy, Wakanda Forever, the superhero that came out.
No.
Well, Wakanda guy, like he was like, you know, he was a black superhero. Like the movie's been out for a couple of years. You know, Wakanda Forever, they do the X, whatever. And they made a big deal about, you know, white kids dressing up as that character, that superhero, and going out.
Yeah.
Just dressed up as him. They were like, what the fuck? You know, it's like almost like why? Like, why do you feel like that way? Why can't you just feel like, hey, like that's his superhero. That's who he loves.
Right.
Like, why do people look at the negative aspect of that, or the connotation being so nasty about it when that's not even the truth?
Because
You could look at it as a beautiful thing, pretty much, not to sound like gay, but you know,
Right.
yeah, it could be fucking, yeah, it's really good that they're, you know, like, hey, he wants to be like me, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he got maybe the white kid's got some black friends in there. He wants to fucking be a superhero for them or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like they always look at the negative shit. It's not the kids, it's always like the adults. Like,
right.
stay out of the fucking kid's business. Let the kid be a kid. So stupid, man.
It's because equal rights until it's not opportune for you anymore, right? And it's fucking, it's everywhere. It's not just fucking racist things. It's in sexism things. It's like women, and they deserve equal fucking pay, no problem. But everybody wants to be equal. Then why do guys still got to pay for everything on a fucking date? Well, you know what I mean? Why are you not opening the door for a guy to get into his fucking car? Which, trust me, ladies.
Why ain't you picking me up?
Right. And I got no problem with that. I like that chivalry thing and stuff like that. But like, there shouldn't be degrees of it. You know, it's like, you want to be equal, be fucking equal. You don't want to be separate anymore. Then don't separate yourself. Right. If you want to be on the same plane, if a black person wants to be on the same plane as a white person, which is apparently a different fucking plane, right? Then why would you separate yourself then? Why wouldn't you embrace the fact that a little white kid wants to be Wakanda or whatever the guy's name is, right? Like, oh, look, that's awesome. That's really awesome. We're making a step forward, right? We're coming together instead of fucking.
They don't want that.
What the fuck is this? No, that's mine.
Right.
It's the ego thing. Like Eugene said, like you want to be part of it all, but you also say, no, that's fucking mine. It's never going to work like that ever, you know?
Speaking
Very good point, Nick. I think you hit the nail on the head there with basically people feeling like they're special, and when you feel like special, then no one else is allowed to be like you, right? Like you know, there's something there that only I can do this, only I can be that, and because of my pain, because of what's happened to me in you know, a long, long, long time ago, what's happened to my ancestors or whatever. Slavery has been around. There were white slaves. There were Chinese. We have Chinese slaves right now. You go to China, man. Tell me that there aren't slaves there. But however, without making this into anything more than what it is, we just, you know, we just need to be able to let things go, to realize the conditioning that it is, that you're bringing it up in great detail to show people that everything is really about conditioning, and children are not yet conditioned. But as we raise our kids, you know, that's when we are going to condition them to be a racist. And so what do we do about it? And like I said, like what Morgan Freeman had to say, just stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. The Polish people had the label Polak on them when they first came to the United States.
Tell me
And-
about it.
And that went. Nobody goes around calling Polish people Polacks anymore, for
Yeah.
the most part. I mean, you hear the word, but it means nothing. It really does. It doesn't mean much of anything. You don't see Polish people going crazy every time someone calls them a Polak, and there's some differences there. I'm getting a little bit away from everything here, but just to try to make a point is stop talking about it. Stop using those words. Stop focusing on your race, unless you really deem yourself to be special and better than others, better than everybody else, because that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like from the news, that, you know, from this case with this kid and the reaction. So you're only, you know, you're manifesting more of what it is that you don't want, if it's true that you really don't want to be a part of a racist society.
Yes, it's a good point, man. Just be like, hey, stop talking about it. Maybe that shit'll fucking go away, so we get to like a real nice society. But hey, listen, I was just thinking, like, before, Nick, you brought up about like the going on a date or whatever, and this popped in my head. Like, speaking of like chivalry, whatever. Like, I had this one time I was on a date, and I had this girl, like, we were walking together, like on a street. I think it was down in New York City, and we're walking like hand in hand. But like, you know, when you're walking on the tight sidewalks, you got to kind of like, you know, get close or like go in front or back, whatever. You know, you have to go single file, like, almost.
Right.
So I had her like in back of me, and she brought up to me, it was like right there. She's like, you know, you should always make the woman go in front of you. Have you ever heard that? Like, walking, is that a thing? Like, if you're walking, you don't hold her hand and keep her behind you. You keep her in front of you.
I think I let my girlfriend go in front of me if I'm on. If I think I stop over and I let her sweep in front of me. I think I do that just naturally. I don't know why.
See, I didn't even think about that, like, until she like told me that. And like, you know, meanwhile, like, this is when I'm like, you know, in my 50s, she finally told me this. I'm like, I wish some woman told me back in the day when I was like 18, not now. And but anyway, like, you know, so like, you know, whatever. I'm like, and I'm thinking, I'm like in my head. So I'm like, listen, you know, I kept you, you know, in backing me, because if I see the danger coming from the front, like, I'll be able to protect you. Like, danger's like, I don't know, is it really gonna come from behind? I guess danger could come from behind. But, you know, I mean, listen, you're right there behind me, like, you know, I'm shielding you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Eugene, you ever heard of that shit?
I think you're right, Mike. I think, you know, you go first. If you're in the street, you go first, like for that reason that you said. But obviously, if you're walking into a place or something, yeah, she walks in first. But I don't know if that's what. I don't know, Mike.
Yeah, just walking in the street. Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I was taken aback. I'm like, man, I thought I was doing all the right things here. By the way, I don't.
My instinct would say definitely walk ahead, because, you know, it's dark out. You're walking in the street is narrowing, or during the daytime, whatever it is, and there's people that you need to kind of, I would say, like buffer, like make way for her to come through as well. So
She was kind of a bitch. I should have just pushed her in the street when she said that. But whatever. On to the next topic. What other topics? Let's take a quick commercial break, guys, and we'll be right back with the Mix It Up podcast. All right, we are back with the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick. That's Eugene. Nick, what other topics we got left to discuss this week? Is that it?
Well, signing off.
All right, peace.
Yeah. No, we don't really have anything else to talk about today.
That was it, huh? What a waste of a commercial break. You got anything, Eugene? Like, come on.
I mean, I could.
You sounded like you were Batman. You're still Batman from Halloween?
Batman.
What's your favorite costume for Halloween ever? My favorite was Freddy Krueger. Love my Freddy. I had Freddy Krueger mask and the glove. Dude, I wore that shit every week. Like when I first got
I
it.
enjoyed being the Burger King, Mike.
The Burger King, that's right. Yeah, Eugene came out as the Burger King. Yeah, the whole costume, that brown cape looking shit with the Burger King belt. Did you have a knife? You had a knife. Like Burger King don't have a fucking knife.
No, it's possible. It's possible. I might have brought a knife out with me. But I don't think so, Mike.
It wasn't a real knife. It was a fake knife. It's one that you fucking pretend stab and shit, And you were going around pretending to stab as the fucking Burger King. I don't listen. I know I was drunk a lot of times at those Halloween parties, but like I remember that shit.
Fucking Burger King.
What about you, Nick? What was your favorite costume ever? You can go back to being a kid too.
The Jabberwocky thing. You know that stupid white mask that me, you, and G dressed up for Halloween?
Oh, that shit.
That's my favorite mask. I still have one, and I wore it a little bit this year as well. I always wear one of those for fucking Halloween. It's the best.
Oh shit.
What was yours, Mike? You said what you liked?
Freddy Krueger, yeah.
Oh, Freddy Krueger.
Love, yeah. Well, also wouldn't mind like now, like as I got older, like I like the unanimous mask. Oh, not unanimous, anonymous.
Guy
God,
Fawkes.
I want that's what you call it, right? Yeah, that's you still got that mask, right, Eugene?
I have that mask too. Yeah, I have a couple of them. Not here, unfortunately. I'm gonna have it sent here. It's a good idea.
You guys want to know a cool number stat? Me too.
What do you mean?
On Spreaker, we have 33 listenable episodes and 777 downloads for the selected period of a month.
For a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
a lot of downloads.
Right, that's numbers.
Yo.
Numbers.
Thanks for listening. Shit. Shirts are coming soon.
777. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of downloads.
That is a lot. It's a lot. Definitely definitely nice to hear, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all that list of people like from all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Just wild.
Yeah, we putting up fucking heavy hitting numbers, boys and girls.
United States, India, United Kingdom, Australia, Belgium, Canada, France, Ireland, Italy, and Turks and Caicos. Bitch. It's probably somebody who just loves our show and went on vacation to Turks and Caicos or whatever.
Could be. Did we talk about the synchronicities last week, right?
Yes. Why, you got more?
I don't know. Did I mention any synchronicities this week?
Just through text messages and shit.
Do you have any idea what they were? I can't remember.
I forgot.
Yeah. That Horace one. The Horace one we talked about already, right? The guy Horace.
Yeah.
But
there was another one, like you said, like happened like during the week. It was something stupid too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe I can't remember it because I remember laughing at it. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I guess it's after potty time.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So I guess that's it for the Mix It Up podcast this week. Besides our awesome listeners, thank you for listening. Nick, where could the new listeners find us? to like and subscribe?
If you're listening to this, you probably already know, but the Mix It Up Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Goodbye.
Peace.
No, and might as well shout out the Big Blue Offensive too. You guys got a Facebook page now, right?
Absolutely. We got more listeners from there. The link is up on that page on Facebook. Look up Big Blue Offensive. That's for New York Giants football. So like, subscribe, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's
And,
it.
Yeah. Goodbye for now.
Come
See you next
find
week.
us. Peace.
And
Later.
wait, you know what? Let's leave the people with something.
Like
Pray
what?
for peace. Pray for peace, ladies and gentlemen. Pray for
Pray
peace.
for peace.
Pray for people. Pray for yourself. Love, peace, peace and harmony.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Oh, Cool J. We out.
The cat in the box.